Hey, welcome. It's Tuesday. Special show for you today for parents who haven't quite yet made the transition into middle school. You're at the end of your elementary school years and your kids are already ready to make that move. But hey, you've got 6 or 7 months left to go. So we need to talk about some strategies for getting you and your child through the rest of the year in somewhat of a positive state. So first thing is we need to get in and talk with your child's teacher. Why? Because chances are if they are ready to move on, it's one of two reasons. One, either academically they've mastered the content and they're ready for something more challenging, or two, their peer group is suddenly shrank into a group of kids that they're really tired of hanging out with. So typically it's one of those two issues that is leaving your child confused and frustrated at the end of the day and wondering how they're going to go back for another day, let alone another 6 months before they get to move on to middle school. If you are a parent today watching this and your children are already in middle school, then maybe you want to pass this information along to somebody, help ease that transition, because you remember where you were last year about this time and you're ready to move on as well. So pass the resource along. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I have a couple of strategies. I'm going to say 3 today. Number 1, you need to get in there and sit down with your child's teacher and talk about what the challenges are. This discussion needs to include your child and actually should be pushed by your child. You're there mainly for support. What you want to talk about is what the issues really are. Are they bored academically? If so, let's talk about some type of independent research where they can go and explore something of interest to them. If it's peers, let's look for an opportunity maybe for them to get out of the classroom and mentor some of the younger kids at the school. It's a great opportunity. It's one that I used to take advantage of when I was a teacher in the elementary school years. Just giving them an opportunity to get out from the classroom in the typical group and work with other kids. It's a wonderful mentoring opportunity. That doesn't change the fact that maybe their peer group has grown too small. So outside of the school environment, what you need to do as a parent to help your child is start looking for some mentoring opportunities out in the community, volunteering, internships, youth groups. There's a whole host of opportunities outside of the school where your child can grow that peer group and really start to simulate what they're going to see in middle school, which is a much larger peer group that they can get really excited about. So that's what's happening outside of the classroom, and that was strategy number 2, which is look for opportunities to expand that peer group. Now, we've got the meeting with the teacher. That's number 1. We're looking for opportunities outside the classroom. That's number 2. Number 3 is you still need something that's going to take you day to day to day to day to day. Because the idea of having to step back into an environment where you're not really excited about being there, that can be tough, for kids especially. Now you talk about 6, 7 months down the road, it's almost overwhelming. You mean I've got to continue to do this? So strategy number 3, look for the highlight in your day. What is the one thing that you want to go to school excited about every day? And maybe it's recess at this point. Hey folks, if it's recess, it's recess. There's got to be a highlight though. What it does is it gives kids something to look forward to. And when they start looking forward to one thing, they start to find other things, and pretty soon they're excited about going back to school again. What we want to do is continue to foster this idea of I'm excited about being in the school environment. I'm excited about going and looking for something that's going to be exciting for me today. Why? Because a year from now or less, we get into middle school, and we don't want to start middle school with the idea that this just isn't fun anymore. So we've got to start to build those ideas. Look again for the highlight. You've got to sit down with the teacher. And number 3, try and expand that peer group. Wonderful as always to be with you. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.